don't even know what I want to call this. Okay. Hey guys, thanks for coming back to check out another video. So I just recently, like a week ago, finished taking a full inventory of all of my makeup, all of my skincare, hair care, body care, everything like that. And I really want to kind of consolidate my collection, get everything down to pieces that I really truly enjoy. So as I was doing my inventory, I came across some makeup items that I just don't enjoy them, or I can't make them work for me, just reasons like that. So I'm actually going to donate these items, but I just wanted to share with you what is going to be leaving my collection and not being counted in my inventory. So let's just get started. I think, yeah, everything in here is makeup. So we have some eyeshadow palettes, that's the bulk of it, and then a few other like miscellaneous makeup items. So I'm just going to kind of pull out of this box. But the first one is the Essence Prime Studio. I think it's like the black clay pore. Yeah, it's like a mattifying pore minimizing primer with black clay. This was new, and it was, Essence is a really cheap brand. I, first of all, didn't notice that this offered any pore minimizing benefits, and it also started to break me out. Like, I don't know why I'm focusing on my chin. It didn't start there. So I would only put it like right here and on my nose, and I was getting these bad breakouts right here and like around my nose. So I quit using this, and then the breakouts cleared up right away. So I am just going to donate this. And then the next one is, I love the Physicians Formula, like that butter perfume that they put out. And you can only buy that if you buy like those box sets. So I bought that box set. And it wasn't as bad of a deal as it sounds, because I got the perfume, and then it had an eyeshadow duo, which is fairly decent. And it had a blush, which I'm still like playing around with. And then it also had a highlighter, a lipstick. I think that was it that was in it. But either way, the highlighter was the butter highlighter in the shade Pearl. And it's like really white. Almost like it has a little bit of like a pink shift to it, I think. Let me build that up just a little bit more so you can actually like see it. Hopefully, it's like rainy outside today, so the lighting probably isn't the greatest, but yeah, there you go. You can kind of see. Now obviously that's built up and everything, but I just don't like the effect of it. It leaves like a white streak almost on my face even when I blend it out. So that, don't need it in my life. The next one is the Makeup Revolution, their bronzer. And this is just me being silly. I meant to purchase the Cool Tone bronzer, and instead I picked up the Warm Tone bronzer. So first of all, this pan is massive. It is, I think it's 15 grams of product in here. Look at how dark that is. So they only have two options, at least from this bronzer, and it's the O2 Warm, which is what this is, and then they have O1 Cool, which that one looks a little more like it would be suited for me. This one is just very like red orange almost, like, yeah. And granted, so this is what it looks like just like swatching that out, but like even when you start to blend it out, it pulls too muddy for me, in my opinion. It doesn't really blend out that well, and it's too dark. It's just too orange for me. So I'm just gonna but like donate that one. And so then next, all we have is eyeshadow palettes. So there are 5 palettes here that I will be donating. So the first one you guys have seen, it's the Profusion Temptress palette. This has a lot of shades in it, and it's a great value. I think it's $10. I think mine was $10 at Target, but I had a coupon for it and I got it for $8. It's got some really pretty shades. Like some of these darker ones down here I probably wouldn't be drawn towards. But the only shade in here that I was using was this shade Geode here. It's just like this interesting like green blue shade. That was it. Every time I picked up this palette, I would just use that shade and then pull other shades from something else. So there's no point in me keeping this for one shade. So I'm just gonna donate it. The next one, I found this at TJ Maxx. Everyone raved about this palette. So I found it and it was $8 and I was like, oh, I'm so excited. Like I get to try it. This is gonna be great. So it's the BH Cosmetics Royal Affair eyeshadow palette. And the color scheme in this is really pretty. I took out the black shade when never mind. I just took out the black shade. But the color scheme is really pretty. It is unique to, you know, things in my collection. Like I don't have any kind of palette with this color scheme, but at the same time, like, I don't know if I'm just like intimidated by it. I just don't know what to do. When I look at this, nothing in here speaks to me. Like I could pull like a few shades from here to incorporate into a look, but I would use another palette. And I don't know. I really want like one and done palettes, you know what I mean? Where you can get like cohesive eye looks out of them and not really have to pull in from other things. So that is why he will be leaving the collection. The next one, I'm kind of sad about this. It's the Balm What's the Tea. I had wanted to try their eyeshadow palettes for so long. This is the iced tea version of the palette. And so it comes with a primer, like a nude primer, and then it has this black eye primer that's supposed to like transform all of the shadows into looking like a little bit different. I never fooled around with these two primers, to be quite honest. And then this one right here the shade has Pan in it. This was in my Pan Those eyeshadows at one point, and I used this for my brows. I was excited when I first pulled this because I thought like, okay, it's gonna give me a chance to like pull this palette out and play with it. And I do really like these more cool tone shades, but they're dark. I wouldn't mind. If I'm doing my eyeshadow, I really want like a light shimmer on the lid, not something like dark like this pink and stuff. And I know like, yes, okay, so then use the Transformer eyelid primers, but I just, you know, it's just not for me. So this one will also be leaving my collection. Next, I only had two of these Jaclyn Hill Vault palettes. I have the Armed and Gorgeous, and then this is the Dark Magic. And I bought this, right? Again, remove the black shade, just ignore that. So this was in my Pan Those eyeshadows, and I did hit pan on this shade Busted. I bought this because it's such an interesting color selection, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna pull it out. It's gonna be great. That was like the fake Haley. You know what I mean? Like you have that. Like, you know yourself, you know what colors you're going to use and what you tend to stick with. And then you have like the I want to be this person though, you know. So that's what this palette is for me. And plus two, I think I was like hate panning this shade. And so I think just I have like negative feelings with this palette now just because of that too. So I will be donating that one. And then the last one unfortunately has to go into the bin. So it breaks my heart. This palette is probably like 3 or 4 years old in my collection, and I had been watching other people do like their Pan Those palettes, and they were doing like the ABH Modern Renaissance, and they said that they had rust in their palette. So I never really paid any attention to it. And earlier this week, the two shimmers in here, Vermeer and Primavera, I never really liked them on their own, so I scraped them out to make like my own eyeshadow with them. And as I was scraping, when I hit the bottom, this is what it looked like. Hopefully you can see, especially in Primavera right here. So I still made the eyeshadow with like what I scraped off, like the top layer, but like once I got down to like this and was scraping product directly off the pan, I didn't use that to press my own shadow. So there is definitely some, I don't know what this is, like I'm not claiming to know, but there's definitely something, and I don't know if it's like showing up on camera, but it almost like looks kind of green. I don't know. So I'm not comfortable like putting the rest of this on my eyes. And I did love this palette. It got a lot of love. As you can see, there's quite a few shades with like huge dips. There's a little bit of pan. I finished up the shade Tempera. So I'm not super sad to see it go. Like, it has served its purpose. It's served me well. It's gotten a lot of love. But it's just not something I feel comfortable with. So this one, unfortunately, will be going in the bin. But that wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I feel good like letting go of these products and really, okay, now I have like my collection is what I think I will really love. Now there's still products in my collection that I want to like test out and really make sure they're for me. So I think this will become a little bit of a series, because my goal is that by the end of 2019 to have everything that's in my collection is something that I absolutely love. So I might go through and just, especially eyeshadow palettes. That's like where I have like my most numbers. But I might just go through and pick out products that I really want to try to focus on and make sure that, they suit me, my needs, and make sense in my collection. So, yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.